What's going on, guys? It's North Carolina Shooter back again with another deer rifle. This right here is a Browning A-bolt chambered in 270. It's my cousin's rifle. He brought it by for me to sight in his new scope. It's a Leupold, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Very X3 or Very X4. I believe it's a Very X4. Wonderful scope, man. It's clear. Good Lord, this scope is clear. We've been doing a little shooting with it today out to 300 yards, and I got it dialed in on the money, and it goes right where you hold them hairs. It's a wonderful rifle. This is kind of a high-end rifle in my opinion. I don't do a lot of high-end rifle hunting. Most of my hunting rifles are cheaper rifles. About the highest end thing I'm gonna have is a Remington 700. But this right here is a very solid rifle. It's hard to go wrong with these. This one here came glass bedded under the stock in here. I've done a little research, and I believe a lot of them come like that. It's not a lot of bedding material they put in there, but right on the locking lug, they got a little bit of bedding there. And man, it's accurate. I mean, you can hold a tight group with it at 100 yards. Half inch easily. I'm not capable of much more than a half inch, and I have to really struggle to get down to a half inch. So the gun will definitely shoot a lot better than me. Now the trigger's a whole nother story. It's not going to show you much here, but trigger on this rifle is not that great. Needs to be adjusted. I haven't even looked into adjusting this trigger. It's not my rifle, so he seems to like it the way it is. But the Mossberg ATR that I done a video on about 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's got a lot smoother, a lot more crisp trigger on it than this A-bolt. And that's a $300 rifle. This trigger here is probably, I'm not the most experienced with poundages on trigger pulls, but I'm going to guess it's in the 4 to 5 pound mark. Reminds me a little bit of a Glock trigger. And on a rifle, you definitely want something a little better than that. I like to get mine down to the 2 pound mark. But if you mess with it enough, the trigger is sufficient for hunting. You don't want a hair trigger. And I'm in love with this scope. I wonder if he'd tell if I took this off and put it on my rifle. Put an old Bushnell on this one. Yeah, he might know if I'd done that. This is a gorgeous rifle. It's 270, real flat shooting round. He loves these ballistic silver tips. He believes in these rounds very good. He buys these to play around with, but when he's hunting, he's always got these ballistic silver tips in there. There's nothing wrong with them. I have killed tons and tons and tons of deer with these power points from Winchester. That's about all I use. I'm a budget man. I'm always broke. These are a little bit more expensive. Nothing wrong with them, but I buy the cheap stuff. Never had a problem with it. I killed a deer at 400 yards with one of these. Not very, well, I guess it was last year, last hunting season. 130 grain power point out of my Remington 770. I actually killed the deer straight. You can't hardly see it, but it's through them trees. There's my 300 yard target, and right on down the line of those woods at the back corner of the cut down back there, it's right at 400 yards. And I dropped the old doe out there last year about 5 o'clock in the afternoon with the 770 sitting right here on this rest, and I was using the power points. They're good rounds, they're cheap, but these here are awesome. When these things make contact, they do a lot of damage. It's the only thing I'm not real big on. I mean, I shoot to eat. You can't eat horns. A lot of guys focus a lot on shooting these big bucks, and you know, I've never tried to eat the horns, but I'm sure they wouldn't be very good. So I like shooting does. Don't hurt me a bit. But when you shoot a deer with this round right here, it does a lot of damage. It will ruin some meat. On a doe, you know, sometimes we take a headshot just to save meat. But in certain situations, you can't do that. You put one of those silver tips in the shoulder, and both shoulders are just ruined. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a downside to these in my opinion, but they're still good rounds. I mean, still, you put one of these in the shoulder, they're going to do some damage too. Just nothing like this. These explode. These are some awesome rounds. They do a lot of damage. But I wanted to give you a quick look at this rifle. I really like this rifle. It's a solid rifle. I mean, other than the trigger's kind of horrible. I'm probably going to look into adjusting it for him if he wants it adjusted. But it's really smooth. The bolt is just, I mean, there's no play in this bolt hardly at all. I mean, it's just solid, real solid rifle. And an awesome scope that I'm going to try to get put on my rifle if I can talk him into it, which I doubt. But just want to give you a quick look, guys. Appreciate you watching. I've been real busy lately, haven't had time to do a lot of videos. Albatross 497 hit me up yesterday with a PM, wanting to know what was going on. Kind of got me back motivated, so I'm going to try to start pumping a video out here at least every weekend or every other weekend when I get the time. Just started some big jobs. Ain't really had a lot of time on my hands, but try to keep something going. I appreciate all my subscribers. I'm getting quite a few subscribers a day now. Really appreciate you guys watching my stuff. I don't do nothing fancy here. I just show you what I got. Show you what comes across my shooting table here. So thanks a lot for tuning in and hitting that thumbs up button. Really lets me know that I'm not just here doing this for no reason. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.